Prismatic Evolutions came out the gate swinging in terms of value. A lot of cards, a lot of the sealed product is extremely inflated in value right now. Of course, we're in a market with supply issues and an insane amount of demand at this moment. Hopefully, that's going to change throughout the year, but as more and more people have came into the hobby looking to make a quick buck, looking to invest in something they love, being Pokemon cards, you do have to keep in mind that value can always drop on these collectibles. Whether it's the singles or the sealed product, it can very well drop at any given moment, just as quickly as values can rise. I want to talk about Prismatic Evolutions in this video, but I also want to talk about some ultra modern products that people are investing in, some products that are really expensive right now considering how new they are. We'll start off with the elephant in the room being Prismatic Evolutions. The ETBs are going for $126 right now. This set is about a month old as of recording this. They did peak out at about $150 on release week, but kind of dipped, saw some increases. Of course, we haven't seen a reprint for this product yet. Pokemon has made an announcement saying they're going to reprint, they're going to try to make this available to everybody, and hopefully they do. But the key point with that is if they reprint this and more supply gets on the market, it's going to drop out. I know people personally who have been leaving the hobby because it's not possible to pick up product at all, even at an affordable price. So if people are leaving the hobby, demand's going to slowly go down, and then when supply reaches up, there should be plenty to go around for everyone who's still sticking it out. And hopefully when that happens, some of the scalping mentality will disappear. Some of the people trying to just make a quick buck, buying out targets and reselling it. Like if you just don't buy it, it'll be okay. You have to be patient with these sets. I'll show some other examples here, but let's talk about the PC ETB as well real quick. This one dipped down to $258, but has grown back up to $310. It was going for like $400 on release day, which is absolutely insane. If you look at the product description right now on the Pokemon Center, it says right at the top, more inventory of this product will become available later this year. Please subscribe to the newsletter for updates. You can also go to PokeNotify. PokeNotify is a great service. I use them all the time. I'm sure you've heard of them by now. A lot of people are using them. I have found restocks. That's how I got Journey Together. I think that was also where I got my booster bundles pre-ordered from Prismatic Evolution. So it's been great. I've tested it out. They've been growing pretty exponentially, helping out a lot of people, helping everyone secure product. Very great service. Check them out. I'll have a link in my description. But with Pokemon confirming more of this product is going to be released, like typically they don't reprint a bunch of Pokemon Center ETBs, but I feel like they're going to want to with this. I'd assume they're going to keep the purchase limit at 2, which might help maintain value of the sealed case of 4. If you were lucky enough to be one of those first people to get 4 pre-ordered in a case, I'd hold on to that. But don't be going around buying ETBs and PC ETBs right now, especially as an investment. Like, they're gonna drop down. If we look back at a set like Crown Zenith, for example, I want to first say, like, I know these prices are going to differ drastically. We're in a completely different market than we were with Crown Zenith or 151. Like, the demand just wasn't here. It was easy to go get Crown Zenith on release day. It was easy to go get 151 almost any time. Like, I got ETBs all the time at Walmart, no problem. But anyways, Crown Zenith ETBs, they were like a high of $60, 60 USD just after release in March. But a year after release in December, they were going for as low as 30 bucks. So you could have bought them at $62 as a great investment. And you know, of course, if you buy sealed product and you wait long enough, it's going to go up. But if you're buying at these insane highs, it's going to take a while once the price dips to recoup and get back there. But you could have bought these at 62 bucks. That's not like a major price. Like right now it's double that to buy Prismatic Evolutions, which is ridiculous. But 62 bucks for the Crown Zenith ETB dipped down to $30 11 months after release. What's to say that's not going to happen with Prismatic Evolutions? Of course, there is a massive demand for this product, but if Pokemon just prints this to the ground, which they can do if they really want to, they could print this for the next 2-3 years if they need to. It could drop 50% in price. Will it go down to 30 bucks? I highly doubt it, but it could drop down to like $70, $80 any day. Of course, Crown Zenith though, since December 23 all the way now until February 2025, it's going for $133. So if you did buy them at 60 bucks, you're over 2x your money. If you bought them at $30, you're 4x your money. So like my advice, like don't get burned on buying these products right off release at this high price. They're always inflated on release because everyone is hungry for the new product. Everyone wants a new product. About 6 months to a year later, people don't care about it anymore because there's more new product. That's when you should be buying it. Another minor example, we'll talk about 151. It was pretty steady in that $40 to $60 range for like a year. Obviously on release, it wasn't extremely inflated. It was pretty easy to get. I'm sure it sold more expensive on release, but like I said, easy to get, wasn't too tricky to find. And this one followed a more typical growth pattern. Of course, it grew quicker than some sets, but it's an amazing set. It's like a 10 out of 10, most people would say, right? At about a year mark, it started growing exponentially. Now it's sitting at about $160. A lot of people were expecting more of these to hit the market at that 1 year anniversary, Black Friday kind of time. Typically, they released the last holiday set, a big dump of the ETBs, but they didn't do that. They were available in Costco's in those bundles, all sorts of stuff. You could get them, but we haven't seen ETBs hit the market in a long time for this product. With Blooming Waters, we were lucky. I'd imagine they'll probably do something like that for Prismatic Evolutions as well. Just release like a ton of packs in one little box. I guess big box is not really little, but this is the type of graph you want to see. You want to see the products be steady for a while and then spike up when they're older, when they kind of deserve price growth, when it's harder to get them and you can't find them every single day when you go to the store. Scarlet and Violet base set booster box was similar to what we're seeing with Prismatic Evolutions. I think it's going to be more of a roller coaster with Prismatic, but they were going for $285 on release and quickly dropped down to $80 and didn't really recover. You could get these for a long time until, the Pokemon hype happened back in the fall of 2024. Now they're like $140. But that's just another example of why would you buy it at its high? It's been almost 2 years since the set released, and it's not even at its all-time high. It's not even, actually, it's right about halfway to where it was. So if you were buying these at $285 on release, and now they're $145, $142, like, just be patient. Like, if you just be patient with all this stuff, not patient in terms of, buy Prismatic Evolutions in 5 years, but if you buy it in 6 months, it might be a smarter decision. You might be able to get it for quite a bit cheaper than you are right now. I do want to hammer the point home, though, that this is a completely different market than what we're used to. Supply is really low. Demand is extremely high. Prismatic Evolutions is probably one of the most stacked, most popular sets we've seen in years. People are going crazy for it. Everyone wants it. Everyone's coming into the hobby looking at the money, the value behind these cards, the value behind the product, and thinking, why don't I just buy a bunch of these, sell them, make money, and just keep doing it, right? Infinite money glitch. And that might be the case, but it won't be forever. I saw a lot of people lose a lot of money on sets like Shining Fates and Vivid Voltage and Champion's Path back when they thought that was a very scalpable product. You could buy it and sell it for 2-3x at the time. And then those sets reprinted. Those people had closets full of product and they had to sell it at what they paid or less than what they paid so that they could recoup the money just to pay their rent. So that was a lot of work for not really much return in the long run there. But going back to Prismatic, let's look at the Umbreon. Of course, the raw value hasn't really moved too much. It was going for like $1,700, $1,500 now. I'm going to be surprised if this card really dips down below like $1,000. I watched that live stream Rob Burns did with Phillips Collectibles. He made a great point. Like, he thinks it's a very hard pickup, a very hard investment in this card. I don't really see this one dropping. Just like he said, he's like, I probably wouldn't touch it unless it hit like 700 USD, which I don't know if is even possible. Will this card ever go that low? I don't think so. It's insane that it's going for above 1,500 on release month. I don't know if that's ever happened to a card. Like, Moonbreon's there, but it took, like he said in that video, like 4 years to get there. Moonbreon was like $300 forever. On release, it wasn't the top card. People didn't really care about it as much. It didn't see that first like big spike until over a year after release. I think it was going for like 800 Canadian, 14 months, 15 months after release. And of course, look at it now. It's just kept on going. Due to the history, I think, with the Umbreon, this card is holding value. Everyone sees it as, oh, it's Umbreon. It's another Umbreon. It's super hard to get. We got to get it. And I mean, looking at the PSA 10, it doesn't seem like a lot of them are really moving. There probably aren't too many graded. I don't have the pop reports here off the top of my head. But since the first eBay sale of the PSA 10, it's gone down about $2,000. First one was $5,432. Most recent sale was $3,500. And it just seems like every sale is a little bit less. There were a couple here between $4,200 and $4,500, but now it seems like they're more going for like $3,500 to $4,000. Of course, more of these will get graded. There probably aren't more than like 150 of these right now in the pop report, but as more of them get graded, I'm sure more of them are getting sold at conventions and stuff like that too to avoid eBay fees. The price might be inflated on eBay as well, just, due to them taking a huge percentage, it seems, nowadays. I did want to touch on Surging Sparks as well, because I feel like this is a really, specific example. Like, nothing else has really done this where it was super easy to get. Like, I pre-ordered this at, I think, 145 Canadian for my boxes, and by the time I got them, they were, almost double what I paid. They're well over double what I paid now. And, I would not buy this at all. I would stay far away from purchasing Surging Sparks. $250 for a booster box, that's 3 months old. Ridiculous. There is no way this isn't getting reprinted, in my opinion. I know people are like, oh, they need to reprint this, they need to reprint that, but Surging Sparks is super new. It reminds me so much of Vivid Voltage. Vivid Voltage came out, right as that Logan Paul Pokemon hype thing was happening, when everyone was just buying everything trying to get Charizard cards. Vivid Voltage was the first main set. After that, it was Champion's Path, then Vivid. Same thing happened here. Pokemon Pocket came out. Pokemon got super popular again. 151 blew up. All these cards got super valuable. Everyone went crazy for Surging Sparks, and Pokemon wasn't ready for the demand, just like with Vivid Voltage. Early Sword and Shield sets weren't selling well. They printed less of it. Boom. Massive amount of demand from outside of Pokemon's control. They didn't prep for that. They could have done better prepping for TCG Pocket, but whatever. I don't know why they didn't. And then Vivid Voltage was super expensive, right? Like, it was going for like 180 Canadian a box, got reprinted, dipped drastically. Obviously, this is a lot more. This is like double what Vivid was, but the hobby is just insane right now. I feel like there's no real rhyme or reason other than the fact that everybody wants it. Everyone sees the value. People are willing to pay these insane prices, and nobody wants to sell them lower because they know they can get these insane prices. But 250 for Surging Sparks, basically, do not buy it. I don't see a world where Pokemon doesn't reprint this and make it more available. I'm pretty confident it's going to dip. I know a lot of these Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are above $200 right now. I'm very surprised, honestly, because it took us quite a while to see that with Sword and Shield sets, but I'm confident, like, if this gets reprinted, it's going to go below $200. That's at least my opinion. I know it's really hard to predict what's going to happen with the Pokemon TCG in the next year or two. 30th anniversary coming up. I know a lot of people are disappointed with the Team Rocket thing being destined rivals, but I think it's probably a good thing. If they released an ETB with a giant Team Rocket logo on it, it'd be going for more than Prismatic Evolutions is. The set's looking pretty good. Journey Together's looking pretty good. It looks like a great starting point, a great foundation for what's to come. The Ho-Oh card, I'll throw it up on screen here. I'm not going to talk about these new sets until they're released in English, or at least everything is revealed so I can get, good quality scans of the cards. But dude, Ethan's Ho-Oh looking really, really good. I'd imagine we're getting that Cynthia's Garchomp SIR. We got the Cynthia's Roserade. Lots of cool stuff to come, and I think it's only going to get better throughout the year going into 2026 as well. And anyways, back to the point of the video, don't get burned on these ultra modern Pokemon card investments. If you can get something at MSRP or below MSRP on release, sure, buy it, hold on to it. But don't be going out and buying Surging Sparks booster boxes at market price. Don't be buying Prismatic Evolutions at market price, hoping that in 6 months it'll go up, a year it'll go up, because I'm very confident it's going to go down at least a little bit. Just like Crown Zenith, if you're looking to buy it now and you're going to hold it for 5 years or something, you're going to be okay. But to me, the only product I have from Prismatic are these PC ETBs because I got them so cheap. I got them from Pokemon Center. I'm not buying anything above market price. I can be patient. There are plenty of sets to collect. There's new stuff coming out, it seems, every day. There's great deals to find out there if you know where to look, but just be patient. Right now is a seller's market. You can get top dollar for pretty much everything you have in a sealed collection, even your singles. So be very weary on what you're picking up, what you're purchasing right now. I wouldn't want to get stuck with a whole bunch of singles that drop, 50% in the next year. Same with sealed product. I know sealed product is a lot safer, but still, don't be buying these at these insane inflated prices, especially on anything that's 6 months old or less. I just don't see where you won't be able to get that at a cheaper price in the future. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below where your stance is with the market right now. Are you picking up Prismatic Evolutions? Are you picking up Surging Sparks thinking it's going to keep going up? Or are you being more passive? Are you selling product, waiting for good opportunities down the line? I'd love to talk about it down below. Also, if you made it this far in the video and you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that subscribe button. We're well on our way to 5K, really hoping to get there soon. I'm working on channel membership so I can start doing, product giveaways every month for anyone who's inclined to become a member of the channel. So I guess while you're leaving a comment, let me know if you would sign up for a channel membership as low as $3 a month. Anyways, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.